Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. The TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Take action on your ideas. Doing your best means to take action. You have many great ideas in your head, but without action upon an idea, I mean no manifestation, no results, and no reward. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials close up 43, NASDAQ up 1, S&P's up 6, gold contract down $17.30, trading at $1,657. Now, what gold did is this, folks. Gold broke the last swing low, and it broke it with way too much volume. Came back inside the range, but we went down there with 235,000 contracts. That baby's going to get tested again. Getting close, though. Silver, down 50 cents, trading at $30.22. Platinum, down $1.50 at $1,561. Copper, $3.69 a pound. Light sweet crude, flat at $93.04. Bonds, down 2 ticks. What do bonds do? Rejected lower price. Had lighter volume, all the above. Bonds are going topside. We're at 144.21. Bonds came into the swing point of September. Didn't want anything to do with it. King dollar, up 55 ticks, trading out at 80.57. King dollar's on the way to 82. You get juice, get some volume behind that move at 82. Longer term wants to go to 84. Euro, 130.78. And the yen up 91, trading out at 88.14. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. I know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. Cash S&P, we're at 1466. You close over the highs. That's on the daily basis. You're into the low of the high of September 14th. That's saying that 1474 is game. That's on the daily basis. Now, let's put this up on a weekly basis, because what you're going to see on a weekly basis, that's a strong week, folks. No two ways about it. So that high of that cash S&P at that 1474 wants to get tested. If we bring this over to the SPY and we take a look at just the SPY, what you're going to see is this. Now, no doubt, had lighter volume today. Bottom line, yesterday couldn't hold it. That's understandable after the type of move that we had on Wednesday. Now, we put this on a weekly basis. What you're going to have is this. We closed at 146.37. 146.37 is just under the low. Now, what we did is that you did volume out here of 698 million. And that, in that context, that is with being closed on the 1st. That's saying that, guess what? This is also going to get tested. That high is going to get tested up there of that 148.11. Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. We have with the Dow, excuse me, folks. Dow Industrials got over its high. Has lighter volume today, no doubt. On a weekly basis, though, what you have, big move. We are at 13,435. The high of that low out there is the 503. If we go look at the DIA, which is the Exchange Traded Fund, take a look at that correlation. What we have is this. You're at 134. We put it on a weekly. And at 134, we are, we're into that. That Dow wants to go test that 136.48. Now, NASDAQ composite. We take a look at the composite. Different animal again. The composite is just a different animal. And let me go through the composite first, and we'll go back to the S&P for a second, because I want to show you something. So, the composite is at 3101, which it didn't get to a higher high today. That's on the daily. We put this on a weekly. What you have on the weekly is that we're still 66 points away from the low of the high of September. Never mind the high. The high was 95 points away from. If we look at the 3 Qs, what we have with the NDX 100 is that we're at 66, 63. We put this on a weekly basis, and what you're going to see is that the 3 Qs also do not have the juice. They just don't have it. The 3 Qs on a weekly basis. Now, this is the only index on a weekly basis, folks, that basically got over the swing points, couldn't handle the swing points, it closed under it. And the swing point I'm referring to is the swing point from December. The other ones closed over it, want to go to the highs. NASDAQ, NDX 100, can't do it. And we know why. We're going to get into this for a second. So, NASDAQ Composite, NDX rather, did 208 million. Well, that's going into basically 238, so that's not bad, but it's way too far away from the highs. And what that has to do with, it has everything to do with Apple. What we have with Apple is this. Apple comes down $15 today, does it to 21 million shares. You have an expansion of volume once again on Apple. So Apple is going after its lows again. It's going to be going after the 501 area. That's on the daily. We put this on a weekly basis, and it's on a weekly basis. Apple can basically jump the creek. I don't think it's going to jump it on Monday morning because that means we'd have to trade down by over $25 on the open. But it's going to go after that low. That low that was out there is 501. Now, the last two times that it's gone after the 501, it's rejected that lower level. You know, we'll see. And what is keeping Apple up, basically, is when you go all the way back over to February of 2012. That's what's keeping that up, you know. So we'll see where that baby, what kind of strength that baby has on the way down coming Monday. Bond market. Let's go over and take a look at bonds. What you're going to see in the bond market is you're going to see a total rejection of lower price with lighter volume. What we have is this, is that what bonds did out here today, 30-year bond went to 143.17, was going after the 143.08 area down at the September 17th area. We did 497,000, and that's close because I believe we were at 525 at that low when we came off that low. But you had a rejection of that lower price. It closed at the 144.22. Once this gets back inside, it only needs 5 more ticks. You get back inside the 144.27. That's going to put game up to this 148, and we'll see whether it can get enough juice to get up to that 151. King Dollar. What do we do at King Dollar out here? So King Dollar, she does 40,000 contracts. We get a huge expansion, folks, in the dollar index with volume behind the move. King Dollar right now is at 80.60. She's going to get up to this 81.70. But what King Dollar has also done is this. She broke the downtrend. It's the first time she broke the downtrend going all the way back to last July on a longer-term basis. That's saying that King Dollar is going to be going after 84.25. Now, gold. This one is absolutely wild. Okay, so we've been talking about gold. Huge consolidation. I was waiting for the test. Sure enough, the test comes in today. And this, the gold market's so deviant, it's unbelievable anyway. But it has a personality. The personality with the dollar is just amazing. The personality in gold is just amazing. So what does it do? You get a Friday, perfect day to smash the market down. $45. The market's down at basically 6 o'clock this morning. Okay? So what we also had right off the bat, though, was volume behind the move. At about 10, 20 past 6. There was already 93,000 contracts in the gold market, folks. So what you had, now you had a rejection of that swing point, which is the 1626. Way too much volume, though. You came down at 230,000. So what happens is that when you get to a lower low, you have the type of volume that we had, you're going to get it tested again. Okay? So now let's go over the XAU and the HUI, because the correlation inside all of these is pretty cool. XAU, what ended up happening? Well, we got down and we got to the highs, and we didn't get to the lows. Now, so this is positive for the market. The lows in the XAU, folks, was 156.76. That was generated on the 20th. Well, we got to 159, and the high of that low was 160.36, and we closed at 162. On that basis, you know what? That's positive in a big way. We put this on a weekly. That's the way the trouble comes in. On a weekly basis, what we have is that it couldn't hold the higher swing at 165. So on a weekly basis, what that sets up is, hey, we're coming back down to that level once again. XAU. We look at the XAU. Same setup in the XAU. What you have with the XAU, she came down to a price point today of 159.91. Now, on the daily basis, that's beautiful. On the weekly basis, doesn't fly again. Pretty amazing. So Test, test, retest. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. We had, let's see, look at all those gold stocks. We're going to be right back, folks.